Coming up next, a look at a 1/650 scale model of the Enterprise-D. Well, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I have a very special video to share with you here. A couple weeks ago, I had the opportunity to drive up to the LA area and spend the day with my friend Phil Segal. He is a retired Hollywood producer who now has a YouTube channel called Sprueverse, and he spends his time now building beautiful models and projects. And last year, both him and his friend Lou Del Maso from Aztec Dummy took on building a 1/650 scale model of the Enterprise-D. As you can imagine, it's quite large. It is very impressive to look at. It did take quite a bit to get through that project. In fact, if you go to Phil's channel, you'll see 12 videos covering the build. And at the end of all of that, they even sat down to create a special video so they could share their experience and critique the whole process. But in the end, they ended up with a beautiful replica of the ship. So we're going to take a look at that and also spend some time taking a look at some of his other builds as well. Now, before I begin, I want to make mention that I decided to try using my iPhone to capture video for this one here. I'm trying to prep ahead for Wonderfest. As you know, last year I started using a Sony camera to capture video here, which is great. It's a really good camera, but it is a bit bulky to carry around, particularly in circumstances where I have to travel somewhere. So I wanted to try to use my iPhone. Now, since then, I've actually upgraded to the 16, which is what I'm using here. So the quality in that video is actually fairly decent. In some places, though, it's not as good as I wanted it to be. Perhaps the lighting wasn't ideal. And as for the sound, I tried to amplify that with some microphones that I had hooked up to it, and that came out okay. But I wanted to also mention that during the startup sequence, and you'll see what I mean, there's a certain sequence he has programmed into the ship as he lights it. You'll have to turn up the sound to appreciate the music in the background. All right, well, without further delay, let's go and get started and catch up with Phil from Sprueverse. Well, hey guys, and welcome back to another Illustrator Modeler. We're taking a little field trip here in this video. I've driven up to Sprueverse Studios. My friend Phil Segal, I've been wanting to visit him for some time now. Last year, he built what I thought was really one of the best looking models that I had seen for the year anyway, at least from my perspective anyway. And so it is of the Enterprise-D from Next Generation. And once I saw that model on video, I just knew I had to see it in person. Now, I've been wanting to visit Phil for some time, and so I thought this would be a great opportunity to come and do so. I've made arrangements to come up here, and so I'm here today to visit him. Thank you, Phil, for having me.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. So if you're not familiar with his channel, again, it's Sprueverse. I'd highly recommend subscribing to it. He goes by the mantra, build something, and he has built quite a lot. So we're going to go ahead and dive into this model. So Phil, if you can tell us, first of all, those of us who aren't familiar with the model, tell us a little bit about the kit, where it comes from, and what came with it, and so forth.
So this is, the scale is 1/650.
Wow.
And it is from a German artist by the name of Daniel Beck, and his company is Helios Models and Lighting, and you can find him on Facebook.
Okay.
He's currently working on the Enterprise-B, which is available as a kit. This was originally discussed a couple of years ago. He had built a 6-foot version of this.
Wow, 6 feet.
6 feet. It was a commission build. And based on that and sharing those photos on his Facebook page, people started saying, hey, I'd like, where do I get this kit?
Right.
And he goes, well, he didn't want to get involved with offering a 6-foot version of this. But he came up with a scaled version, a scaled down version of it, and that's what this became. This is the first generation. There are 3 generations of this.
Oh, okay.
So there are improvements that were made along the way.
Right.
Because he'd never offered models for sale before.
Oh, I see.
He's just a for commission artist and model maker. And he's a wonderful man. He's a really good guy. He's a family guy, 4 kids. I don't know how he does it. Lives out in the middle of nowhere. And his English is not terrific. And he was the first one to tell you that. So that's, I'm not. But this is where it came from. I did do an unboxing on the channel. It's beautifully presented. It comes from a company in Hong Kong. Forgive me, I don't know the name of it, that build the models, but it's the same company that Cosmic uses to make their kits. Now, these are 3D resin printed, but with a highly sophisticated printing method that I'm not terrifically sophisticated with. So I can't give you the exact nomenclature.
Sure.
But in essence, what happens is the resin is brought up to temperature and it is printed, and some parts of it are also molded.
I see.
The difference is that when it is cured, it is sandblasted. So when you get it, it is perfectly smooth. It's absolutely beautiful.
No layer lines.
No layer lines, nothing. And the fit is exceptional.
Wow.
This beast is very heavy. The base was handmade or hand built for myself and Lou Del Mesa over at Aztec Dummy. It's an all steel construction, and it comes in two parts. The base and the neck that comes up into the saucer, out of the star drive into the saucer, and then there is a cross rib section that slides onto the neck bar, and that's how it's all sealed in place.
Wow.
It was never designed to be presented so that you could remove the saucer from the star drive.
Yes.
It should have been, I think, but it was never presented that way. And so this was version number 1, and we had some challenges, but you know, as model makers, challenges are a thing.
Yeah, right. That's part of the deal.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lighting kit that was offered separately, and I took that. But the model itself is all hand painted.
So tell us a little bit about then the Aztecing that you did here is all painted then?
It's all hand painted, not hand painted. I mean it's airbrushed obviously, but with some rattle cans. All the masks were cut for us by Lou Del Mesa, the Aztec Dummy himself.
Yes.
If you happen to have this kit, you can get the masking set from him. He's got this. And if you wanted the decal set, Keith Tomlinson at Cosmic Scale Models has the decal set.
Okay, very good.
The stand is available as well, so if any of your subscribers are interested in a stand, I can give you information on how to get a hold of Taylor.
Great.
And he's here locally, and he will build you a stand. He'll also build you a light box, but the outcar you'll have to take care of yourself.
Right. Okay, well this has some very special lighting. If you want to demonstrate some of that.
Yeah, do you want to go into startup mode? Should we do it? Okay.
Let's go for it.
Okay, so I'll hit startup sequence.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
So Phil, this has some lighting effects and sound effects that you added. Why don't you show some of those?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Oh. Well, thanks, Phil, for showing us that model. It's just a really beautifully done model.
Well, thank you. You're very kind. I definitely enjoyed the process. You know, it's one of those things where sometimes you have to jump in the deep end, even if you think you're going to make mistakes. If you don't try, you'll never get there.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So I know I came up here to take a look at the Enterprise-D, but Phil has all his models on display here, so let's take a look at a few others. All right, let's take a look at this. This is now the ship from ET, is that right?
Yes, it's the ET Mothership. There's two versions of this. Well, there were two versions available. there was a Golden Armor, which I think now is called Dream Studios, and then there was Yay Monsters, which is he's no longer, I don't believe, making these, but this is the Yay Monsters version. The lighting comes from Randy Newbert at Voodoo Effects. Randy designed the interior pulsing ship effect for me. The breathing, glowing bottom you see is Evan designed light breathing. I'm a big fan of the breathing lights for alien ships. Great. I use them a lot.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it is SMD 12-volt strips, in red and in white.
Wow, beautiful.
And of course the little ETs.
Yeah, I just caught a sight of him. Yeah. Beautifully done. And is this a resin kit then, or cast resin? Or
this is cast. Yeah, this is cast resin. It was quite a challenge to put together, just because of a little warpage and some other issues. I believe the original Mothership had a much shinier chrome, but I chose to go with something a little more muted.
Okay, so what we have here now is a kit by Randy Cooper, is that
well,
right?
It's a Pegasus available model. This is their MLEV Martian rover. It's available from Pegasus. I still believe it is. Randy Cooper designed it for their Master Series, and it has some Randy Cooper after market parts on it that he designed, the thrusters, the solar panels, and the rover on top. There's also some interior parts as well. But I added some details for myself. Paragraphics supplied the photo etch parts, and then all of the hosage is all me.
Wow.
As well as the foil is all me, and some of the details I just added.
A lot of things to look at on this model.
Yeah, this is a beautiful kit.
Yeah.
What I love about this kit is that the interior is very visible, so you can have a lot of fun on the interior.
Yes.
And really go to town on it if you want to. With blinkies, you can add other elements, little robots, whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you could enjoy it. It would definitely be worthwhile.
Fantastic. One of my favorite designs, sci-fi designs, is the Time Machine. And this is another model that you featured on your channel. Tell us a little bit about this one now.
Well, this was the 1/6 scale from Monsters in Motion through, and I think it's still available. It's an all-cast resin kit. However, the saucer itself is specially printed and designed. It did not come with the kit. This was from Lou Dalmaso at Aztec Dummy. And there were some masks. If you look at the rear of the machine, I don't know what you would refer to these tumblers, but that's all Aztec Dummy masks.
Oh, really? Wow.
And, yeah, he provided all of that. A couple of things I did, which I'm most proud of. The chair itself is flocked in burgundy, and the actual armrests, they do.
Oh, they do come
up
way.
as if they, just as they do in the film.
Wow.
So that works.
Yeah.
The key can be removed.
Oh, yeah.
And when you put it in and push it forward, all the lights go on. Wow. Supposed to go on.
Yes.
Sadly, my interior mechanism that turns this, I didn't quite understand what I was doing, so I didn't understand weight ratios and speed of motor. Oh. And I had a slight disaster.
I see.
But
well, I have to say, you still ended up with a beautiful replica.
Thank you.
As you look at it, you just realize how much exquisite detail
Yeah.
this particular
Well, and you have to, the production design for the 60s. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, when you go back and you think about all the wonderful, the Icarus, obviously from Planet of the Apes,
Yes.
the Martian world from War of the Worlds.
Right. So this is now a very unique model. I've not seen one of these in person. This is the model from inner space. Is
Yes,
that right?
this is the Kraken. It has a fully detailed interior, and it does light up, but it's not at the moment. I apologize. And this was from Golden Armor, from Chris Adrian over at Golden Armor. I printed this myself. It has 167 parts, and it took me 8 weeks with my printer, which I'm donating, because you cannot get the shell on anything less than a 15-inch build plate. So if you want to go crazy, but it's got beautiful details, and they did just an absolutely exquisite job recreating it. So it was that was a lot of fun.
Spending a few minutes with us here, showing your beautiful work.
Thank you.
So we're going to make sure we put some of these links if you are interested in any of these model kits. I'll have the information on the links below. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
Right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really had a lot of fun hanging out with him that day. I could have gone on and on with the models he had around his house, but we were running out of time, and there were many more models to look at, and all beautifully done. But he wanted me to actually do a tutorial on his channel, so after we were done talking about his models, we moved over to his workshop, and I did a painting tutorial. Now, he's been wanting to learn more about painting figures and skin tones and getting color variations with skin tones, so I decided to show him the Randy Van Dyke technique. I know there are many techniques that you can use to attain variations in skin color, but I thought this would be an interesting one to show him. And so if you want to take a look at that video is up on his channel. I'll post a link to that below. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. I do have actually one more video like this to share with you. I have a friend with a unique sci-fi collection I'd also like to post on a channel as well, so look for that. And after that video, I'll be getting started with my next project. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.